so today let us see editorial from Hindu. So, India as a nation doesn't have any particular offense for exhibiting hate speech. So, we may think that we have the freedom to express our views. So, we have freedom to talk anything, freedom to uh, tell anything about anybody since it is a democratic nation. There is a fine line between hurting someone and your speech leading to violence. So that is what they are categorizing as hate speech. So recently hate crime is on the rise. For example, we all know a tailor named Mr. Kanya Lal was murdered since he tweeted in favor of Nupur Sharma, who's a BJP spokesperson. So only because of a tweet, this man has lost his life now. So hate speech has gone to that extent. If someone doesn't like someone's speech, the way they are expressing what they think, their life is taken because of the speech that they are rendering. So this cannot be accepted. So now we are requesting the Indian Penal Code to add some special provisions. Since declaration about hate speech is not really clearly mentioned in the law, we are requesting them to make some amendments and include that if at all a hate speech is leading to violence, then we have all rights to take action on whoever's rendering that, irrespective of their freedom being taken, is what is recommended these days. So this is not the only incident. One more incident also has taken place at Amaravati in Maharashtra, where a chemist named Mr. Umesh Kol, he has also supported the Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson Nupur Sharma, and his life was also taken away. So there is not single instance that is happening in India, but multiple incidents are happening. Whatever, when people try to opinionate their mind, their lives are being taken. So if we go in the same pace, India being democratic will be questioned. Nobody will be ready to speak their mind out. So there is no use of being a democratic country by living in such a fearful situation. So that is what has been taken. So finally what they have told in this editorial is that the securial fabric of the country must be preserved at all costs, because we say that we have unity in diversity, so there shouldn't be any harm done to that. So hate speech has to be punished if it is leading to violence, at the same time not to the cost of losing anybody's life. So this has to be handled in a lawful manner to not cause any more disruption to the country's peace. Okay, next then we are going to talk about the test series between the famous India and England team. So this actually commenced in August 4th of last year, and the climax was so thrilling on Tuesday at Edgbaston. So we had a lot of players. The fourth inning started targeting 378 runs, just over 76.4 overs, with Joe Root and Johnny Bairstow. And the 7-wicket victory has helped England to draw the series. So there around 4 tests were played in 2021, and when the COVID came in, it has to come to a postponement, where the fifth match, while India led in 2:1 ratio, India was leading. So a lot of things happened, a lot of changes happened in Indian Test cricket, where India's coach Ravi Shastri and captain Virat Kohli has to come out of the team, replacing them with Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma. So, and there were some problem in the England side also. Coach Chris Silverwood and captain Root stepped aside, and they were replaced with Brendan McCullum and Ben Stokes. So even Rohit sat out because of COVID, and Jasprit Bumrah has to lead the team, and we have to thank people for scoring centuries like Rishabh Pant and Ravindra Jadeja. So all this happened, and finally what happened was we just have 3 T20s and 3 ODIs against old blighty Becken, and in colored clothes. India will hope to do better the next time. So this was not for India, so we will wait and see how India does. So there is a lot of international affairs going on, especially in terms of India meeting other leaders, and Indian Prime Minister traveling across and attending a lot of summit. So back to back in the past 40 15 days, a lot of summits has happened. So the BRICS summit happened on June 23rd and 24th, followed by the G7 summit on June 26th and 27th, and the NATO summit also happened. So NATO has been a very famous word since the Russian invasion over Ukraine, and NATO has again met. So I don't know what problem it is going to bring again. So this being said, and again there are a lot of meeting that is going to take place in the coming days. For example, External Affairs Minister Mr. Jaishankar is about to attend a foreign ministers meeting of G20, and the world's largest economy meeting is going to be held at Bali in July 7 and 8. And in the next few months, Indonesia is going to host G20 summit in November, and India is going to take over G20 presidency in December. So our Indian Prime Minister is in the line to become the president of G20. So that will be really exciting move for India. We'll see how it goes. In addition to all these things, there is a lot of problem going between Russia and Ukraine, and a lot of countries who's hating Russia for doing it. But they have there was a voting system held recently, and in the United Nations General Assembly. So again, 141 countries voted against Russia for invading Ukraine, whereas 93 countries voted in support of Russia. So this says that countries are not like in a very closed or traditional setup. They have come out, they have started thinking wide. So they also are taking things from different perspectives. So Russia is telling NATO is a threat. So that is why, for my security reason, I'm capturing Ukraine. So that perspective is also understood in nowadays by a lot of people. So India is still getting fuel from Russia and even China. So that is again happening. So BRICS New Development Bank has approved again around 17 loans totaling to 5 billion to Russian energy and infrastructure projects. And there is a lot of support going in for Russia also. They are also planning to reverse currency based on basket of currencies, encourage trading in local currencies. They are also providing more. Russia is increasing its oil and coal supply to BRICS countries, especially including India. And so in the NATO meeting, a lot of new countries that has applied to be a part of the NATO summit has come in, like Finland, Georgia, Sweden. Ukraine president gave a virtual address, and Bosnia and Herzegovina's defense minister attended. So there's a lot of confusion going on. We don't know what is going to happen. So in this scenario only, there is a famous quote that is being said here. There's something called non-aligned movement. So in 1955, India has taken a leadership of a conference that has eventually led to this movement. So there was a question asked by our then Prime Minister Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru. He has asked, if all the world were to be divided up between these two big blocks, what would be the result? So the result would be inevitably war. Therefore, every step India is going to take now has to be very careful, because we don't have the energy and the strength to see the next world war coming in. So it is important to calculate our steps and go in the direction of peace, because Corona has already taken away a lot of things from the mankind. So we do not have the energy, time, and the strength to go into the next war. So we will see how things goes. Thank you.